Oh wait, don't you think it's about time we talk about specific anime series?
That's true, but we should definitely talk about the genres in anime because there are a lot of genres.
Right. Well then.
Hey, what's up guys? As you guys can see, with all these animes, today we're going to be talking about genres in anime.
Now the reason we're doing a video about genres is because of an original idea I had for this channel for a series that I'm calling Feeling Like. Now let's say in the future you feel like reading or watching an anime that is a comedy, and in our future playlist you'll find Feeling Like comedies, and then you'll find a series that you may want to read or watch.
The world of anime genres can be so obscure that there are some companies or websites that list anime that are not in that genre whatsoever. For example, someone listing Black Clover as a comedy. That is loco. Because Black Clover is definitely shonen, and yes, it does have little bits of comedy in there, but the main genre is going to be shonen.
Now for our playlist and for the Feeling Like series, what you'll find will be what we considered those series to mainly be about. But we'll also include the subgenre labels. Now by subgenres, we mean genres that can basically be found in any of these series. For example, yaoi, yuri, harems, psychological, adventure, tragedy, magic, military, action, martial arts, supernatural, thrillers, and many more.
Now the first genre we're going to talk about is the most popular genre in anime, the shonen genre. Now, you've probably heard the word shonen in anime before, which essentially means young boy. Now this genre is going to be catered to young boys from the ages of 12 years old to 18 years old. Now yes, it is meant for young boys, but everybody can watch these anime.
Now the next genre would be the opposite of the shonen, the Shojo genre. Now the Shojo genre, just like the opposite of the young boy, would be for girls. Now just because they're catered to girls doesn't mean that they're only meant for girls. Like for instance, I'm a big fan of Sailor Moon.
Definitely a big fan of Sailor Moon.
And also an anime like Nabaru no Uo. And if you haven't seen it, check it out.
Now the next genres on the list is the seinen genres. Now, the seinen genres are going to be catered to ages 17 and older. Titles include such as Death Note and Tokyo Ghoul. Now these anime are shonen based. They were made by Shonen Jump, but the darker themes to these stories is why we consider them seinen.
Now the next genre is
sports.
These characters are wearing a distinctive sports gear, which is baseball. Now I personally don't really like baseball, but in terms of anime, no matter how much I dislike baseball in real life, this anime made me a fan of baseball, but only in the anime world. Now if it has a ball, sweat, tears, and friendship, then it's a sports.
Now the next genre on the list is the sci-fi genre. Sci-fi genre titles include Sea Control and Stanzugate. What we consider to be sci-fi has themes of futuristic technology and over-exaggerated science. If you haven't seen both of these anime, you definitely should. They're great.
Next up is the mecha genre. Now, it's self-explanatory. If it has a robot, you get in it, Shinji. An example of a mecha genre would be my favorite anime of all time, Code Geass. And if you've seen Code Geass, then you know it's not all about the mechas. It's way more than that. But it has a robot, so it is a mecha. And as you know, if you know, the Gundam series all have cool robots. So obviously, they're mechas. But the reason I'm gonna include a popular series like Code Geass, even though it has it's much more depth than that, is because I want people who look down on mechas to know that there's much more to them than just the robots. Next up, the horror genre. Now, honestly, there's really nothing scary about horror genre type animes. For instance, if you've seen Future Diary, then you know it's mainly a suspense and thriller type of show. But if you've seen something like When They Cry, then you're going to be horrified of what the characters go through.
Now, the next genre on the list is the comedy genre. Now, with the comedy genre includes titles such as Kenichi the Mighty Disciple and School Rumble. If you guys have seen Kenichi the Mighty Disciple, y'all will say, hey, isn't it shonen? It kind of feels like a shonen. But also you guys might say, hey, it has martial arts and a lot of action in there. Well, it does, but the main theme is definitely comedy, because more often than not, you're going to be LOLing, LMFAO, and ROFL when you watch this anime.
Now, the next genre on the list is the ecchi. Now, as you can see, Shokugeki no Soma, definitely ecchi. Even though it's released by Shonen Jump and is considered a shounen by many others, you know you're there for the good stuff. And just like To Love Ru and any other ecchi series, you're not really there for the story. You're basically there for the plot and the backstory. Nice.
Or the story. Now, the next genre on the list is historical. Now, the historical genre includes titles such as
The Ambition of Oda Nobunaga.
Now, due to the lack of historical anime owned by JT, that's one of the titles, but also other titles include anime such as Samurai Champloo, really great, 91 Days, also really great, and Joker Game. Thank you, JT. Joker Game, which is also really great. They basically involve the themes of over-exaggerated historical events, essentially.
Or in this case, historical figures. Gender bended. It is what it is. Now the next genre, surprisingly one of my favorite, the romance genre. Now, if you've seen Nisekoi, then you would know that that is released by Shonen Jump. So essentially it's considered a shounen by many. But if you've seen clips of it, or even if you read just the summary, then you know it's totally a romance type of story. So romance.
Now the next genre on the list is the fantasy genre. Now, the fantasy genre includes titles such as Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
Danmachi.
Or Amage Brilliant Park. These titles have themes such as your typical hero stories, your Another World stories, or you're saving the princess, defeating the demon lord, mythical beasts, mythical creatures, so on and so forth.
Now for Amagi Brilliant Park, honestly, I would consider it a comedy, but right now we're using it as an example of a plot twist in a genre, where it starts off as a slice of life type of anime with our protagonist being a regular high school boy, until he meets a girl who suddenly pulls out a shotgun from underneath her skirt. Boom, fantasy. As you can see, the next genre is the adult and mature. Or I should say, as you cannot see, because I'm hopefully gonna mosaic this. Why? Because in the future, we're gonna have a lot of restricted videos. Mainly due to the adult, mature, and ecchi type of series.
And last but not least, we have the music genre. Now, the music genre, pretty self-explanatory. It's about music, has musical themes in it. And you have titles such as K-On!, Wake Up Girls, and Beck. But another one of my favorites that JT doesn't have is Kids on a Slope. It's about jazz. It's beautiful. Definitely watch it.
Now, music genres are basically going to be any animes, not only that if they have music, because any anime has music, has to, but usually it's the companies using the anime to commercialize an artist or a group. Now, the genres that we just talked about with examples are going to be the main genres that you're going to see on our playlist. Now, if there was a specific genre that you did not see us talk about, then that's one that we refer to as a subgenre. Now, at the beginning of each video in that Feeling Like playlist, we're going to mention every genre that we consider that anime to be. So hopefully you check it out and you find one that catches your interest.
Well, that's it for this video, guys. We hope that we were able to condense the obscurity of genres for you guys, and we will see you guys in the next video. Out.
What's up with our faces? Why are they mosaic? What are you singing? What are you doing? Why aren't you explaining anything? Bro, our faces! Why are they... What is going on? What are you singing? Where is that from?